Hello, everybody. So, we're going to talk about neurotic romantic attraction and what does that mean as well. And I'm going to give you a solution what to do if you have it, if you're in this repeating cycle of a relationship that goes nowhere or it's kind of be a little bit of tragic. So, stay tuned and keep watching. I'm Sindy V King. I'm a creator of Calling My King. I help transform women to create lasting love through Vedic astrology, neuroscience, and transactional analysis so that she becomes the queen of love. So we're going to be specifically talking about neurotic romantic attraction. So let me ask you a few questions here. Have you ever been in a chronic dysfunctional love relationship? And the person that you normally choose, either they're been physical, emotional abuse, unavailable, maybe has substance abuse as well, maybe lying and cheating and a narcissism as well. Those are the things that has a repeating pattern. I hate to say this to you, but it sounds like you might have a repeating a dynamic here. And maybe it could be self-esteem issue. It could be, might be poor judgment. Maybe it's bad karma, right? So here's the thing. And one important thing that you want to notice here is these self-defeating, repeating pattern, and it gives you either your fear of intimacy or fear of the opposite sex. That could be also a possibility. You know, there's a really wonderful example I want to share with you today, and it has to do with our unconscious fear. Maybe it has to do with our opposite sex as well. And I talk about a lot of it about our unconscious fear on my channel here, and I'll link a video up here as well, and maybe at the very end, a deep dive regarding about Freud's work here. It has to do with our unconscious fear, maybe within an opposite sex. That's what I was mentioning earlier about having true intimacy. Let me repeat that again. It has to do with true intimacy, and we're not talking about sex, right? That's all primal animal instinct. But why are we choosing a relationship that continue to fail and the same certain pattern? What is it? We call it the neurotic phenomenon, and it has to do with Freud's work, and he calls it the repeating compulsive. Okay, let me repeat that again. It's called repeating compulsive. And it has to do with our unconscious again, and it's automatically, psychologically, as a defense mechanism. Again, let me repeat that. It's an automatic psychological defense mechanism. It's because it has to do with our repeating pattern, and we want to rewrite some of these story, and it has to do with our childhood. Maybe it has to do with our mom, maybe it has to do with our dad, maybe it's unresolved. This is our second chance repeating those certain patterns. So for another example, if our unconscious is having a fear with the opposite sex, we truly relate to any connection, not any connection. We end up being in the defensive mode. We always want to go into arm's length, and we're limiting in our emotional contact. So there's some fear of being vulnerable with you. And that's why we choose these type of romantic partners, because number one, they're incapable of giving us emotion closeness. It's a lot safer. And just remember, sex doesn't equal intimacy. Okay? Let me say that again. Sex do not equal intimacy. So it's a lot safer to be in a relationship that is somebody who is considered to be sabotaging, undermining, abusive, because we're not going to get that closeness. And it has to do with our heart. And it has to do with our fear that we might be encounter as well. Finally, I want to conclude this by asking you this. Okay? Maybe write a comment down below. If you're brave enough, go ahead and share it, because you're not alone, okay? You're definitely not alone when you're having this. Finally, ask yourself, how do you feel when you are with this person? Right? That's the first point. The second point is, does this relationship feels familiar? Have you done this before? Does it remind you anything within your childhood when it comes to your parents? And do you ever feel maybe frustrated or even like resentful? Do you ever feel something like that? Or even anger, rage? Yes, rage, anger. Does that actually happens to you? Do you ever feel like you're unlovable or unloved? Sometimes even feeling powerless or even helpless at times. So if any of this says yes, it is time for you to empower yourself to get the support that you need. And either with myself, that's totally fine. I have a wonderful trauma program as well that deals focusing on emotion and it focus on the feminine. It's getting away from this compulsive repeating pattern. This is the reason why you are in a neurotic or romantic relationship. And it's time for you to change that pattern because you are worthy of love and you are ready to manifest the life that you really deserve. I want to end off today saying this: if there's a will, there is a way. I'm so grateful for having you on my channel, so feel free to binge watch other videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Look, if you're serious about being fearless in love and ready to be treated like a queen, links is down below to book a time. I got over 100 videos on YouTube and I post new videos every week. So make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button. You get notified when new videos goes live. If your friend is actually stuck in love, share and like my video. I do take requests on topics and answer your burning question about your relationship. So just leave a comment down below. Otherwise, see you in the next video.